In this episode, check for your belongings because Uber may include you in the 2025 Lost Items Index.
And on the flip side, we got to stop with the Dubai chocolate. We got to stop with the action figure generator. And we got to stop making us make 12-character passwords every time we want to log into our apps. Mike, hit the music. Hello, all you sexy people. Time to rise and shine and wake up. It's another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Coming at you hard, coming at you fast, coming at you with a warning. Incoming! We're here. Welcome back. Another episode of Funny Business Podcast. I am Matt Subbers. Alongside me, best friend, my roommate for life, Michael. How are you?
Coming in hard, apparently.
And fast.
And fast.
I didn't think that through as it came out.
And the likes of which you've never seen before.
Disavow.
I am good. It is that tradition again where I wear the shirt that my parents got me on the cruise that they went on.
It's a tradition unlike any other.
It's a tradition unlike any other. But I do have to make a note that in recording during the year, it's usually nice when I wear a short sleeve finally for recording an episode.
Yeah, that's nature is healing. Spring is here. Mike has another shirt or Cruz's parents went on. That's how time works.
More of a short sleeve more than anything. But you know it gets really hot when I start wearing tank tops and the guns are out.
Yeah, we're a few months away from that. Yeah.
Tempted.
Get spray tan going.
Tempted to wear the tank top, but I saw the yellow shirt and I was like, well, of course I have to wear this.
If you had to wear a shirt that's basically like a tank top, that's like it because it's yellow like the sun. It's bright, it's inviting, it's very springy.
You're very springy today, Matthew.
My back's been really sore today.
Oh,
I was sat at my desk a lot today at work, and it's like my upper back. I've never had that before.
Yeah.
But it was like sitting was kind of uncomfortable.
We're getting old.
Yeah. Almost 30.
Ugh. Yikes. Can't believe it. Well, Matt, something that we always used to do when we were young, and I mean, I guess still do today. I'm not going to date myself. Uber! Uber! We've talked a lot about Uber. Lots of fun things happen in an Uber, doesn't it?
Yep. You can play music.
Yeah.
And
small talk.
The Uber driver. Nothing better than sitting there in silence. It's just you and the Uber driver. That's fun.
There was a weird, so we recently Ubered, and there was a weird prompt that popped up when I was, when we were selecting the Uber, and it was like, tell us your writing style. Do you like to talk or do you like to be in silence? And I was like, oh, this is new.
I guess that way you kind of know what the vibe is. You don't have to be that awkward, like, so how long you been out? How's been tonight?
You're busy tonight.
Yeah, busy. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a far drive.
Poor Jenna looks at me every time when she's like, okay, so when is Mike going to say you've been busy tonight?
People still say that, I hope. That was like the big like funny trend back in like a couple years ago. I hope people still do that.
It's a good way to start a small talk.
Yeah, it is. It's also like immediately you will know if you're going to sit in silence the rest of the Uber or if you're going to talk.
Yeah. So Matt, I texted you last night. I said, we're getting lost with Uber today.
Yep. Lost in the sauce.
I did not know this, but this was published by the official Uber.com website. Uber releases a lost and found index.
Oh.
Yes.
Like of things that have been lost in Ubers?
Things that have been lost in Ubers. And really just some statistics, like the good old sports breakdown of statistics. So apparently it is their 9th annual Lost and Found Index. And here's some of the things we should know about for this Lost and Found Index. Matt, take a wild guess. The top 3 most forgotten items.
Keys.
Yes.
Wallet.
Yes.
Phone.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Correct. Matt, they also list the most forgetful city.
Ooh, I like this one. Is it a major city?
It is a major city.
Los Angeles.
Ooh, other coast.
New York City.
Concrete jungle where things get lost in an Uber car driver. That didn't make sense.
Nope.
I tried. Yes, New York City. City that never sleeps, but frequently forgets its stuff.
That's not surprising. People in New York especially New York City, can get crazy and busy, and it's a dangerous place.
Yeah. Matt, they also list the most forgetful day. And no, not the day of the week.
A day of the week, like actual
The date.
day. New Year's Eve.
Incorrect. We're playing a game show here.
Close.
You're in fall.
Fall. Okay.
Right at the end of fall.
Thanksgiving?
Before.
End of fall is December.
Tommy Pickles, you should probably know this.
Christmas. Halloween.
October 26th to be exact.
Nice.
So, yes, the Hollow Weekend. Matt, finally, the most lost time. So in an hour span time, what time are the things most lost? Is that right? Yeah. Things that are the most lost in an hour of the day.
In that hour. Good question. 1 a.m.
Ooh, so close.
Midnight.
11 p.m. to midnight.
Okay, that makes sense. That seems like probably the busiest time for Uber.
It is. It shall. And it will be. So, Matt, thoughts so far on this index?
I think phone, wallet, keys are the top 30 things people lose everywhere. Halloween makes sense because people are in costumes, not a lot of pockets.
Mm-hmm.
That was my big takeaway from that.
Yeah. So, Matt, they also list the top weirdest items left behind.
Fish.
So, how about a live turtle?
Okay, that's a big one to forget.
Yep. So I'll just read these off instead of you trying to guess. A Viking drinking horn.
Oh, well, that's ironic.
Yep. Live turtle, as I just mentioned. Divorce papers.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yep. Breast milk.
Oh, don't like that.
No. A sticky boob bra.
We're getting freaky in the back of the Uber.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good for them.
Uh-huh. A DNA test kit, which,
that's suspicious.
Yeah. Well, 23andMe is going bankrupt, so.
Sure.
And lastly, 10 live lobsters. Bring in the dancing lobsters.
Bring in the dancing lobsters. Why do you have 10 live lobsters in an Uber?
I think someone got hungry. They wanted 10 lobsters. They wanted to keep them alive and steam them when they got home, and they just forgot them in the Uber.
Like an Uber Eats?
No, a Uber. Uber.
Wow.
Uber. Also, drinks. They left drinks. So they abandoned Don Julio, 1942.
Damn.
Oxed wine and 5 Mike's Hard Lemonades.
Which is ironic because you're not allowed to drink in an Uber, correct?
You just can't drink in a car, period.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess like that's the other thing when people do like bus trips, like people are boozing in the back.
Oh, yeah.
100%. But you're not driving.
Also, 175 burgers were also left in an Uber car as well.
It's a lot of spoiled meat.
Yep. A mannequin head was also another thing lost.
I hope they confirmed it's actually a mannequin head, not a real life head.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird things, but Matt, what's the weirdest Uber story you have?
Oh, good question. Well, the best Uber story we have is that guy senior year with the iPad.
St. Patrick's Day, baby.
That guy rocked.
Yep. That was also in a BMW, car. Right?
I think it was. Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, that guy absolutely rocked. It's in the car. iPad with Spotify Premium. That was the best.
Want to play some music? I looked at him. I'm like, are you the best Uber driver ever?
Like, as we walk in, his hands with an iPad.
Yeah.
Got a shout out to that guy. Think he listens?
Maybe.
He's probably come across once or twice.
That was before we started the podcast. We could have promoted it to him.
Couple 2-3 years before. Yeah.
Just a couple too.
Weirdest Uber story. I gotta think. Do you have one?
I have the weirdest conversation that I had with an Uber driver. So I was in San Francisco for a conference. I scheduled an Uber driver to take me back to the airport the day after the conference, so the morning of. And the conversation that he shared with me was, he first talked about basketball. So he talked about like Golden State, kind of the history behind it, like really good Golden State fan. And then he was talking about like the makeup of people that live in the Silicon Valley. Because obviously Silicon Valley is pretty close to San Francisco, if I could geographically correct that.
Right.
He said that everybody who comes to the Silicon Valley are either engaged or married. And by the time they start working in the Silicon Valley, they're either divorced or called off the wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was, I was like, oh. And I think at the point he was like, do you have a girlfriend? I was like, yeah. I'm not going to the Silicon Valley though.
Yeah, they all just hook up with each other there? What's that all about?
I don't know. Like it was interesting when he was talking about it. I was like, oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's my weirdest conversation.
Yeah, that's an odd one. I would say the weirdest one that I had was a little while ago, probably the last or two that I took. I don't remember where we were going, but a guy was on the phone with someone else. I don't know if it was like his wife or girlfriend or someone.
Yeah.
But they weren't talking. I think she was also an Uber driver.
Oh.
And the person on the phone was having a conversation with someone else, so we just had to sit there in silence the whole time. We didn't have a choice. We had to. This guy's not getting involved in the conversation, and we're just listening to his phone have a conversation. It's very, very strange.
So, like, there wasn't anybody talking. He wasn't talking.
He was not talking. We were not talking. The person on the phone was talking to someone else. And it sounded like they were also driving.
So it was a phone triangle almost.
Yeah, but then we were like, are we being tracked right now? Like, what is happening?
Ugh.
It was a little scary. Not scary, but a little iffy at times.
Yeah. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Bizarre.
Uh-huh. I think, yes, the guy with the Spotify playlist and the lights like goes down as like the best Uber driver I think we've all experienced ever, period. I think my weirdest experience was Ubering home in like the middle of the night. So I'll share this story. So this was the night that actually Jenna and I when the rest was history, let's put it that way. So Matt was with me. Matt left me. But
no,
with permission.
Yes,
with permission.
With permission.
Let me finish.
Yes.
And I was trying to get a ride home, and I guess Jenna was in like a minivan with a bunch of other friends from college, and I was like, "Can I just get a ride?" And her friends were pushing me out because they thought I had ill intentions with Jenna that night. And all I just wanted was a ride.
Bad.
So I had to basically do the Uber call of shame and call in an Uber by myself, which I think was like the first time in a long time I had to call an Uber by myself.
Yep.
But it ended up being this guy who I had over the summer because one, he drove stick, and I remember that very cleanly. And it was a small, call it a fart can, but it was a small Volkswagen. And he's like, "Have I driven you before?" I'm like, yes, you have. Can I please go home? Like,
nice to see you again. How's the family?
How's the family? Have you been busy tonight?
I don't think I've ever had the same Uber driver twice.
It was the only time I ever had like a consistent back-to-back, like somebody got me for Uber.
You ever have an Uber driver who's like really bad at driving?
No.
I
think I had like some good, safe drivers, in my opinion.
We had a guy once. Okay.
That same guy that I got back to back over the summer into the following year, he was comfortable enough to ask me if he could smoke.
Okay.
So it was like, that was a little weird, but anywho.
I respect him asking, not just doing it. That's good. We had a guy once that was like super speedy, like big lead foot, and like did not brake very well for turns, like would just like whip them. I think we actually I think I was a girl, maybe our other friends were in the car, but like whoever ordered the Uber, like actually like put in a thing, was like, that guy is an unsafe driver. Like he should not be driving. That's a fact.
I would love to be a fly on the wall. And you've seen it on like TikTok and like social media of when Uber drivers get pulled over by the cops. Just would love to be a fly on a wall on how that conversation's going.
Yeah. I'd like to do that for a lot of times when people get pulled over. Be pretty entertaining.
Yeah. So just some helpful tips. Make sure you have everything when you leave. There is a feature in the Uber app that you can request that there are missing items from you that are in the car. And yeah, just keep your hair extensions, your Dyson Air Wraps, and Joe Malone perfumes to yourself.
Have you ever lost anything in an Uber?
No. Well, I've lost something, but it wasn't at an Uber. I lost my Venmo debit card the one night. Halloween.
I think you're the only person I know that has a Venmo debit card.
I don't use it that often anymore. They keep pushing me for the credit card, and I'm like, stop, please.
Yeah, I've been getting that too. It's not happening.
Stop. But yeah, just be safe. Uber is a great app and a good thing to do, especially when you've done a little drinkity drink, but an opportunity for a good public service announcement to make sure you keep your belongings to yourself.
Yeah, for sure. When's the last time you took a lift?
Never.
You've never taken a lift?
Never taken a lift.
Really? I think I've been in it like twice.
Out of my own volition, like me being the app, like the person choosing on the app, never. I feel like at some point in my life, I've had a lift before, but I can't recall.
Yeah, I'd like to interview someone on the podcast that actually like has Lyft over Uber and like only
Oh.
orders Lyfts. I'd like to interview
We'll have to put a poll in the Spotify.
that. We will have to.
Yeah, the Spotify upload. Do you prefer Lyft or Uber?
There can't be many people that do Lyft, but Lyft is popular, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is when you're like clicking it and then you see like the one price, but then it's like for some reason Uber Comfort is less expensive than just the regular Uber, and it's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do the Uber Comfort. It's less money.
Oh yeah, it's the best. All right, we are gonna slide on in head first into the second half of the show. So I'm gonna say what. This one, these have been all over my page.
I think I might have the same thing. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay.
I'll put my hands down if it's not the same thing.
Okay. They've been all over my For You page. I'm tired of seeing them. We need to stop with the fancy viral desserts.
Oh,
Oh,
close.
no.
Oh, so close.
No.
So close.
All right. We'll
Oh.
put a pin in yours.
Damn.
Have you seen these like desserts that look like fruit, but then there's like it's like ice
Like,
cream, but then there's like a custard in the middle?
Like, is it cake? Like, is that kind of like it?
No, it's like a hard chocolate ganache as a shell.
Okay.
But like it looks like you're biting into like a thing of grapes, but it's like ice cream and like there's like custard or like some sort of liquid in the middle. There's
I'm
like a
gonna just-
strawberry one, there's a mango one, there's all different kinds. We just need to stop.
Google fancy viral desserts.
Yeah, see what pops up. I think it's out in California. But just all over, I've so many people just like making crazy desserts that are like way too big, way too fancy. And that's just now like the big thing that everyone's going to buy them. Then they review it with like 2 to 3 bites and then they just probably throw them out. And it's a waste of time. What happened to just the classics like chocolate cake? Macaroon, I like macaroons. Macaroons are good. Those are fancy enough. Let's just eat a good macaroon.
I'm exploring the Google search here, but I'm looking at like, here's one that I'm looking at. It's fake fruit desserts.
Yeah.
Apparently it's in Manhattan.
It could be.
It's like an orange, a pear, a banana, but like totally there's a dessert in it. It's $10.95 for one orange. I don't think it's a regular orange.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just getting out of hand. Can we just keep dessert simple? Like get a tiramisu. That's fancy enough. And same with Dubai chocolate.
I don't mind a fancy little dessert. Like I love a good like small portion, but like totally like makes you feel sweet. Listen, we were doubting the idea of I was just gonna say we were doubting the idea of throwing axes in a restaurant, but like, hey, people do it now. Like
It is fun. Are you familiar with Dubai chocolate?
Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai chocolate.
No.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's like the new big thing now.
With the little green shit in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like they're eating like mud. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
It's pistachio, apparently.
Yeah, but the inside just looks gross.
Yeah, it looks disgusting.
Yeah, I heard that Crumble is testing out by brownie or some shit like that.
Oh, it just man, I could agree with you. Like just a chocolate bar, maybe.
Yeah. How about we bring back the Choco Taco?
Where's that from? Taco Bell?
Yes. Well, yes, but just I think you get like ice cream trucks, but it got discontinued.
My resident. Oh, that ice cream.
Yeah, Choco Tacos are great. Just bring that back. Make everybody happy. And also, you shouldn't charge like $15 for a dessert. That's criminal.
We are so excited to have our first quote ice cream next week.
Oh, for the wedding?
No, we're celebrating our 1 year of engagement, Matthew.
Oh, yes. Wow, it's a year already.
It's already been a year.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Back to the same place?
We're going back to the same place where we got engaged.
Getting the same flavor.
I blacked out so much, I don't even remember the flavor that I got ice cream. I knew it was like chocolate peanut butter or something, but like, nope. There's a picture of it. Like, I have a picture of it, but there's no way. No.
Yeah, and if it's like brown ice cream, that can be like 20 things.
Yeah. So I guess I'll share what viral thing I want to stop. The action figure generator.
Oh, God. The worst.
So, like, pure understanding. The reason why it's become so popular is because ChatGPT now does, like, images, like, really good. Like, before it was, like, a little weird and, like, people would have, like, 6 fingers instead of the actual 5. Like there are times where like I upload a photo and what I really been liking is like cell shaded animation. So if you watch Disney's Marvel's What If, that's what it's called. It's cell shaded animation. I love just like using photos of mine. It's just like make this cell shaded animated. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But now there's this prompt that people are going around of like, make an action figure of me with this at the top and yada, yada, yada. And there's literally a thing which like totally never do with a third party, just in my recommendation. There's this quote app on Facebook that you could log in through your Facebook and generate an action figure from your results. It's a little bit more inaccurate compared to the Chat GPT thing. There's just too many of them, man.
Yeah.
Like, just stop. Like, we all know who you are. Stop.
Yeah, no, it's basically they're making like an AI version of their MySpace like home. That's really what it is.
Which is funny because both of us didn't have MySpace.
It didn't have MySpace at all. But I know enough of it. But yeah, it's way too much. I also think it'd be funny. I understand the idea is it's supposed to be you, so you tell exactly what you want Chat GPT to make it. But give a little bit of basic information. Let Chat GPT go wild. Let go crazy. Let's see what Chat GPT thinks of you.
Well, now there's a better update now where it remembers all of your conversations.
I also saw they're working on a Chat GPT social media platform.
Oh, that's new to me.
I don't know what that entails, but I don't like that.
Although, like, AI is just like totally all over the place with all of our sets of social media from Facebook, Instagram, X. Yeah, Gronk. That's all.
Yeah, they should name it Gronk, first of all.
Yeah, Gronk.
Yeah. Just Rob Gronkowski's voice on your phone.
I'm more thinking of the Gronk like from Star Wars, like little trash can guy.
Yeah.
Like Gronk.
Yeah, or Baby Gronk.
That's true too.
Yeah. Okay, my last one. Mike, we're going to dive back in college NIL world.
Okay.
Familiar with any of this latest story? Oh, just happened over the weekend. You might not have.
Somebody transferred and signed like a big deal.
Close.
Okay.
So
I was there.
Basically, we need regulation like ASAP as possible. So quarterback for Tennessee, Nico Iamaleava.
Yep.
Who University of Tennessee fans are now calling him Nico I am a bitch. Someone at the spring football game they typed out or taped over his name and I'm a bitch. It's very funny. So here's what happened, Mike. So when he signed with Tennessee, basically not signed, but agreed that he was going to get like I think $2 million each year. Ridiculous numbers. He's a very high rated, talented prospect. Last year, starting quarterback does not have a great year. Fast forward, make the playoffs, yeah, but he didn't look great. Fast forward to this past week where he starts not showing up for practice, and his team, who represents his team, who leads his team,
yeah,
you would think an agent. His father.
Okay.
His father.
So this is another Ball family.
He's getting some bad advice, yeah. So they go to Tennessee and we're like, hey, we want $4 million a year.
Oh gosh.
So Tennessee didn't really want to give that to him. So he then doesn't show up to practice last Friday. We're like, all right, this is kind of weird. And he does not show up to the spring game on Saturday. Doesn't show up.
Doesn't show up.
In the meantime, Nico and his team are supposedly talking to other schools, trying to get them to pay him what he wants. And shout out to the head coach of Oregon, Dan Lanning. He tipped off the head coach at Tennessee. Was like, hey, just so you know, your quarterback is like actively trying to leave the school to get more money.
Oh God.
So then what does the head coach of Tennessee do? Does not give Nico a chance to be like, I'm leaving Tennessee. Goes into the press conference and says that the school is moving on from Nico.
So they're just dropping him completely.
They are dropping him.
Oh, shit.
Yep. And now nobody really wants to pay him what he's looking for. So now I think I just saw he's talking to like 2 lower level schools and he screwed himself essentially.
Let's get to Division 3, shall we?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. So partly he's getting bad advice. But there needs to be regulations. We can't just have players on current teams shopping themselves to other teams. That's just not how that works. Also, it came out he threatened to sit out the playoff game because he wanted to negotiate more money. Still played.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's bad. Players getting paid can be good. You got to figure this out quick. It's getting bad.
It's silly to think, and greed. Like this comes at a point of, greed is the most obvious of 7 deadly sins that show up in this situation here. But the idea that you're trying to get paid more, I think there also comes a huge opinion from players who have played that have not experienced NILs and all that. Like I would be upset just being that person of like, well, I played for free and I accomplished so much, and I remember more of the accomplishments than the money, if that ever came into play. If I was offered $2 million versus the hell of a career that I had. But yeah, that's, oh man.
It's crazy. You think that, like, you might know this more than me. Would it be legal to like sign college athletes to contracts?
I mean, that would be more of an operational budget of the institution.
Yeah.
And everyone right now all institutions are just not doing hot.
No, that's a fact.
You're better off if tuition free wasn't enough. Like, that's
yes. It's insane. It's insane.
Like, you are, transparently speaking, you are talking to two gentlemen who are on loans. Like, yes. Literally, if I had gotten into golf and somebody said, "Hey, Mike, would you be interested in playing on a scholarship to play golf?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah!"
Yes.
I might totally suck, but I'd go to college for free.
I'll clean toilets for a scholarship.
This is just insane. Like, so to your point, it would be in the operational budget unless somehow these schools get thousands, if not millions of dollars from donor support and grants and all that, if that's even fair or legal. No, I don't think at that point, like you said, Matt, having some type of regulation, more monitoring, and ultimately, I think the schools, what they could do, honestly, hire an agent or like hire agents for the players. So that way they aren't getting screwed, but more importantly, they're getting vetted through conversations and all that.
Well, that's also what people are saying about this situation is he's being represented by his dad. If it was an agent, he probably wouldn't be doing this in the school because then the school just wouldn't deal with the agent. Now They just don't have to deal with the family. The slate's wiped clean.
Yeah. So it's higher ed is in an interesting place, and don't bring your family involved to the family business.
That's good advice. Also, credit to Tennessee for not giving in. Being like, no, we're not paying you that.
That's crazy amount.
It's insane.
A college age kid.
Yeah.
18 to 22-year-old college age kid.
Yeah.
Nuts. Last one recently came up for me. The websites and apps that constantly ask you to change your password.
Okay.
And this one that I often go to that requires me to change my password, I need 12 characters, one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, a number, and a special character. So like exclamation point, question mark. And I can't use the last 6 passwords in my history of using passwords.
Yeah.
Like usually it's like 2 to 3. And then it's like, all right, like we'll like use that one again. But I tried my 3 passwords that I typically use. It was like, nope, you can't use a password that was prior to your previous login. And I'm like, dude, I had to come up with one that like, I'm not even going to say it out loud, but it's stupid. It is so stupid. The numbers, I put them in an order numerically speaking, like 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. That's not my password, but like put them in numerical order because I was like, well, I got to get to 12 characters somehow.
Yeah, it's out of hand. Like, do they think we're that creative? Like everyone says, oh, make a creative password, not have like 10 in the bank that you can pull from.
Yeah. Plus, there's apps out there that allow you to save passwords, which is something I do recommend. But your boy is working on a Windows laptop when it comes time for that. I'm primarily a Mac, and the Mac Passwords app has been wonderful. Can't use it. Can't use my Passwords app. You know why? It's on a Windows laptop.
Yeah. We also they need to normalize like not making you sign in every time. I know
okay.
That's like security purposes, but screw it.
I'm okay with an authenticator app or like text me, make sure that it's actually me.
Yep.
Like that's more reasonable than changing your password and you can't use the last 6 passwords that you've used.
Yep. Yeah. The texting for a passcode is awesome. And also the greatest Apple invention ever. When you get the passcode text, you can just
stick it in.
Stick it in. That sent me out there. Son of a bitch. Yeah, but or like Face ID if you're on your phone. Do you think Face ID is going to come back?
Yeah, probably eventually.
So that'd be awesome.
The Touch ID is already there, so the next one's probably going to be Face ID.
Yeah, it's always the apps or websites that like you don't go to often, or like the ones that are not, they don't need to be as secure as they are. Those are the ones that it's like breaking into the White House to get in.
Need high access level security clearances in order for you to get logged into this phone.
Which, by the way, I don't recommend breaking into the White House.
No, not a good idea.
No.
You'll get shot.
Yes.
Anyway, watch. Now this YouTube video is going to be like, for more information on politics, please click here. Just because you said White House and I said you'd get eliminated.
Get out to go.
To go.
Get along.
YouTube is funny. We love YouTube.
Yep.
We love Twitch.
It's the best. We love Twitch.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yep. You know what else I love? Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Wow. Matt, you know what else I love now?
What's
Recent
that?
found love?
Yeah.
We got merch again. New merch. Matt? No, literally, we have new merch.
Oh, do we? Oh, shit.
We do.
Oh, okay. What do we got? Play it on.
We have a Sherpa blanket.
Oh.
We have coasters.
Oh.
We have pint glasses, which don't recommend the pint glasses. They're too expensive, but really comfortable shirts.
Nice.
Oh, dude, what an exciting thing.
Yeah. You know what's the perfect gift for like Father's Day, which coming up a lot quicker than this year is just flying by.
Woo!
2025 is going to be over in a blink of an eye. You know what's a great Father's Day gift? Some Funny Business coasters.
Oh,
Nothing better.
I know. It's wonderful.
Yep.
So you can find all that good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. And you find all of our social media there too. So, Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
What advice could I give coworkers? Good people. I will say that it is time to treat yourself every once in a while.
Ooh.
Yourself. This past weekend, Mike, I got a little sweet treat.
Good for you.
Got a new putter.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I hate like candy.
No. No. Got a new putter. Very excited. I am going to be the best golfer in the world right now. Masters like Rory McIlroy. But yeah, just treat yourself when you can afford it. It's obviously important to save, but every once in a while you need a little pick me up.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Nice putt.
Thanks.
Wink.
I've been told.
Oh. Also, your calves.
Yes. Thank you.
I had to mention to a group of friends that we had over this past weekend, they were going to a baseball game.
Yep.
Particularly a baseball game you're familiar with.
Okay, nice.
And I told them about the in-between inning entertainment.
Yep.
The race.
Yep.
And I said, get ready for that.
Yep.
Let me know. And then obviously had to speak about your calves.
Why are you bringing up my calves, random people?
I don't know.
No, don't talk about my calves, random people.
Keep my calves out your mouth.
Did you, speaking of Will Smith,
Oh no.
did you see how many albums he sold in the UK when he just dropped like a new album?
What?
Yeah, he dropped, I think, like a new album and he
Okay.
was like promoting it in the UK. He sold like 200 copies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not the best for good old Will Smith.
Not the best look.
Fresh Prince Bel-Air's time may be over.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Might be stale Prince.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes another episode. And until the next time, see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.